Hey sellers, welcome, and I am so thrilled to show you something insanely exciting that we have been working for some time. I'm Udit Goenka, the founder and CEO of Firstsales.io, and in this session, we're going to talk about the upcoming Firstsales Prospector version 2 that we are going to be launching very, very soon. In fact, we're going to be launching it next weekend to be more precise. I'm going to show you something unbelievable that we have been able to pull off that no other company in the world have been able to pull off. And let's just dive in and show you how things work. So in this particular session, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going beyond 2,500 searches in a single filter, and we'll be scraping it with one single click. So let's get started. So what I'm going to be doing right now is I'm going to be going for a specific ICP. So I'm going to be going with this ICP specifically over here. I'm probably going to be adding in this as well, right? This looks good. Then I'm going to be focusing on India as a geography for now. Finally, I'm going to be looking for all the manufacturing companies out there. So I'm just going to select all manufacturing, right? So let me do this very quickly and select all the manufacturing very, very, very quickly. So what we are essentially trying to do is the biggest problem with LinkedIn Sales Navigator is the fact that you cannot go beyond 2,500 searches in a single filtering, and there are so many permutation combination, and it takes ages for you to just get going with things, right? And in fact for scraping as well, and that consumes so much amount of time. So what we're going to do is we're going to bypass all of that in this particular session. Here I'm going to be going ahead with owners and CXOs only. And finally, let's see how many results do we get over here from LinkedIn based on these parameters. Right now, again, we're focusing on medium-sized companies, and there you go, right? So we have about 41,000 results. What I'm going to do is I'm also going to be focusing on director as well at the same time. So we should be getting like a little bit more results, because we want to see how depth we can go, and we want to see how much we can really extend, right? So I have done this. Now what I'm going to be doing is, you can see there's 60 plus results over here, but you will also notice a very interesting new button known as find segments, right? So as you can see over here, there's 60,000 results potentially available, and then there is 5,000 people who are ultra active. So I'm just going to select this for now. And also what I'm going to do for this session is I might actually add in 51 to 200 as well in this particular session. There you go. So now we have about like 9,500 results, which is amazing. And remember, LinkedIn only gives you 2,500 searches in a single filter, which is a problem, because now how do you identify 4 different permutation combination to get that entire 9,500? This is where companies would spend a huge amount of time, huge amount of money, and it's just painful, right? So we have come up with a solution for this, which is our Firstsales Prospector version 2, and you will see this button find segment in version 2. Version 2 is not out yet. This is a live demo that I'm showing you guys. So what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to hit this button, and I'm just going to put up this over here. So 51 to 5,000, then decision makers, then India, and then manufacturing. All right, I'm just naming it over here for the sake of naming it. I'm just going to select this, and that's it. Now what you will notice is something insanely interesting. You will see this new window instead of our old window, where now essentially what we are doing is we are now creating segments automatically, and we are creating various jobs with just one click of a button. This is absolute magical in the way the way things work. It does take about a good 15 to about 20 seconds. Sometimes it can take up to like 30 seconds to find out. Remember to make sure that you are on the paid version of LinkedIn Sales Navigator and not on the trial version, because in trial what's going to happen is as soon as you hit about like 2,000 results, more likely what's going to happen is LinkedIn is just going to block you temporarily, or they're going to halt your account temporarily, or alternately also make sure that you're not buying the LinkedIn Sales Navigator account from someone else at all, because if you're going to try to do that as well, things are not going to work out. As you can see over here, this tab gets opened automatically. And then it's going to also get closed. So right now it's going through different parameters one by one. It's trying to understand all of these different permutations. And there you go. Now the segmentation process has really started. Now it has started digging in to understand, do we need to create more segments? How do we get the entire 9,500 data? So you got to let it sit around, do your pending work, whatever you're doing, just keep on doing that, and probably come back after a good 15-20 minutes, and you will see that your entire process is done. So right now in this particular session, what we're trying to do is we have about like 60 seconds of timer over here that does things extremely slow to ensure that your account never gets affected with anything. And then we only do about a single scrape every 15 seconds. So this way you also ensure that your account is extremely safe. Your account is not affected with anything, or as a matter of fact, it's pretty safe, right? That's one thing that we have seen. We have like hundreds of customers that are using Firstsales Prospector, and things have been absolute perfect and charm for most of them. Right, so as you can see, another tab got open right now, and the status is still pending for all of these. So it just takes a little time for the segmentation process because it's all automated. These are things that you'll do manually, and there you go. Here is where we have created now the very first job. Right, the first job has been created of 539. If I go over here, you can see that this job has now been created automatically without you doing any kind of work. You just gotta sit, wait, and let everything happen on its own. That's the beauty of it. Another thing you have to make sure is, if you notice, I only did like posted on LinkedIn because that's a very important filter. That's where you will end up saving about 70-80% of your money that you will typically spend more on other platforms. But not only that, you're also getting a very high quality leads at the same time. So this one job has automatically been created. The scraping has already started, while now it's going through rest of these, and it will try to create like more segmentation. It's going to try to create better results, and it's going to try to see more of these in terms of how it can reach over there. But the best part is everything happens automatically. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to do a single activity at any point of stage, right? So we're down to like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 links. We just got like 2 more links pending over here. As you can see, here we saw there was again less than 2,500. So the job got created automatically. And here is a second job that got created over here. As you can see, this was something you would be doing manually, one by one, and you would miss out on a lot of leads. Not just that, it's impossible to be 100% accurate when you're doing things manually versus just building an automation engine, right? But as you can see over here, we have worked on the entire thing. Now we are on the last 2 parts of it. Once that is done, you will start seeing further segmentation being created around the results that are about 2,500, and it will just keep on creating more and more and more results so that these just come in. So again, like I said, as you can see, everything is just being set around. I'm going to keep it on for a few more minutes until we fetch like a few more jobs, and then I'm going to stop this recording. But again, this is just a teaser, and if you guys are interested in the version 2 of Firstsales Prospector, drop your comments below. This is going to be absolute madness in terms of what you can potentially do, you can potentially achieve. And there you go. As you can see, we have created our first sub job segments over here automatically. So now we have started splitting, and as you can see over here, it's 1,312 results, right? So slowly and steadily, it will just keep on moving on to reach about 9,000, 9,500 or 10,000 ish, so that the entire scraping happens automatically. So this mimics the entire human behavior and make sure it automates in the most safest possible manner for you. Right, this is how the entire process works. It's just beautiful way the way we've designed. Again, we're going to be pushing a lot more updates. So when the final version comes out next week, you will probably see a lot more updates, a lot more interesting new updates, a lot of interesting stuff. And the way we are really designing it should make it extremely fun, right? So I hope you guys like this. If you guys are interested in Firstsales Prospector version 2, drop your comment Firstsales And I'm going to be getting back to you with the webinar link, because we're going to be doing a massive webinar next week, where you also get an opportunity to be able to grab this at an unlimited version, right? As you can see, again, automated. It's just beautiful way of building this at this point of stage. So don't miss out on this. Another job being created, as you can see here. More and more jobs are being created, and I don't need to do anything. I'll just keep scraping on data, and with unlimited version, you can just leave it, and you can easily now fetch about 300,000 to 500,000 results every month. Just imagine, right? You'll be paying less than cent for an email at that pace. So make sure, drop in your comments if you're interested, and I am going to be seeing you in the webinar. Until then, have a great one, everyone.